Welcome to today's tale of the Whispering Baobab, a story of love, mystery, and the threads that bind us to the land and each other. Chapter 1: The Mysterious Encounter. In the heart of the Serengeti, where the sun painted the savanna in hues of burnished gold, there lived a woman named Zara. Her skin, the color of rich mahogany, bore the stories of generations, the whispers of ancestors who danced with the wind and sang with the rain. Zara's eyes held the secrets of forgotten rituals, and her hair flowed like a midnight river cascading down her back in thick, ebony waves. She tended to the ancient baobab tree, its gnarled roots clutching the earth like fingers dipped in memory. The villagers spoke of its mystical powers, the ability to reveal hidden truths, but Zara paid no heed. She had her own secrets to guard. One moonlit night, as the baobab leaves rustled in the breeze, Zara felt a presence. She turned to find a stranger standing there, a man with eyes like the African sky at twilight. His name was Kwame, and he carried an air of mystery that drew her in. His laughter echoed through the acacia trees, and Zara found herself enchanted. They shared stories under the star-studded canvas, their souls entwined like the roots of the baobab. Chapter 2: The Unforeseen Gift. As seasons changed, so did Zara's body. Her belly swelled and whispers spread through the village. Who was the father? Zara herself didn't know. She had danced with the spirits, lost in Kwame's arms, but the night blurred into memory. The baobab whispered secrets to her in dreams. It told her of a child destined for greatness, a child who would bridge worlds. Zara's heart swirled with fear and anticipation. She vowed to protect her unborn child, even if it meant keeping its origins hidden. The sun painted her skin with warmth, and the earth cradled her every step. She carried generations within her, a tapestry of resilience woven through time. The baobab tree stood witness, its ancient roots grounding her as she awaited the arrival of her child. Under its shade, she whispered stories to the wind, passing down the wisdom of her ancestors. And as the seasons danced, Zara knew that life flowed like the river, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce, but always moving forward. Chapter 3: The Arrival. On a stormy night, Zara clung to the roots of the ancient baobab tree. The wind howled, whipping her hair into wild tendrils. Raindrops fell like tears from the heavens, washing the earth clean. Zara's breaths came in ragged gasps, each one a prayer for strength. Around her, the village huddled in their thatched huts, seeking refuge from the tempest. But Zara had chosen this spot, the sacred ground where generations of women had brought life into the world. She was not alone. The spirits of her ancestors whispered encouragement, their voices carried by the wind. And then, with a primal cry, Zara pushed. The pain was a tempest within her, a whirlwind of agony and ecstasy. She surrendered to it, her body a vessel for creation. The baobab tree stood witness, its gnarled branches reaching toward the stormy sky. It had seen countless births, each one a miracle etched into its ancient bark. And there, in the heart of the storm, Zara's child emerged, a tiny, wailing bundle of life. The rain baptized them both, washing away the pain and leaving only wonder. Zara cradled her newborn against her chest, their hearts beating in sync. She whispered their name, a secret shared between mother and child, a promise of love and belonging. As the storm raged on, Zara held her baby close. Lightning illuminated their faces, revealing the strength etched into their features. In that moment, she knew that this child carried the legacy of all who had come before, a lineage of resilience, courage, and fierce love. And so, under the watchful gaze of the baobab tree, Zara became a mother. Her tears mingled with rain, and she offered a silent prayer of gratitude. The storm would pass, but this bond, the unbreakable thread connecting her to the past and the future, would endure. Zara named her Amara, meaning grace. The villagers marveled at the child's beauty, but questions lingered. Who was Amara's father? Why did the baobab bless her? Chapter 4: The Quest. As Amara grew, so did her curiosity. She asked about her father, about the man who danced with her mother under the moon. The night held secrets, whispered by the rustling leaves and the silver glow of stars. Her mother's eyes would soften, and she would trace the lines of memory etched into her palms. "Your father," her mother would begin, her voice a lullaby, "was a wanderer, a soul untethered by boundaries. His laughter echoed through valleys, and his footsteps left no trace in the sand. He danced with the wind, twirling under the moon's watchful gaze." Amara would listen, wide-eyed, imagining a man with eyes like the midnight sky and a heart that beat to the rhythm of distant drums. She wondered if he still wandered, if he remembered the taste of her mother's laughter on his lips. "He loved the stories hidden in the constellations," her mother would continue. "He believed that every star held a piece of our history, a fragment of forgotten dreams, and when he held me, it was as if the universe itself embraced us." Amara would curl up beside her mother, feeling the warmth of their shared breaths. She would ask about the dance, the one that wove their destinies together. Her mother would smile, lost in memory. "It was a night like this," she'd say, "when the moon spilled silver across the river. Your father took my hand, and we swayed to a melody only we could hear. The grass whispered our secrets, and the fireflies painted constellations around us." Amara would close her eyes, imagining the man who danced with her mother, the one who left footprints in stardust and promises in the wind. She wondered if he still roamed, seeking answers among the galaxies. "He promised to return," her mother would murmur, her fingers brushing Amara's hair. "But the world is vast, my love. Sometimes love is a constellation, a map to guide us home." And so Amara would drift into dreams, her heart echoing with the rhythm of that long-ago dance. She would trace her own destiny among the stars, wondering if her father still looked up, searching for the same constellations that bound them together. In the quiet of the night, Amara would hold on to hope, the kind that shimmered like moonlight and whispered of reunions yet to come. Chapter 5. The Revelation. At the edge of the Great Rift Valley, where the earth split open like a wound, Kwame stood, a man of weathered skin and eyes that held the weight of centuries. The valley whispered its secrets to him, the echoes of forgotten tribes, the pulse of ancient rivers, and the memory of stars that once danced across the night sky. And then, as if summoned by destiny, she appeared, Amara. Her presence was a revelation, a mirror reflecting his own soul. Her eyes held galaxies, the kind that astronomers traced with telescopes, seeking answers to questions whispered in the language of light. Amara's hair flowed like the river that carved the valley, a cascade of midnight and moonbeams. Her skin bore the sun's kiss, and her laughter carried the promise of rain. She wore a dress woven from memories, a tapestry of love and loss, stitched together by the hands of grandmothers who danced under the same moon. Kwame stepped closer, drawn by forces older than time. He saw himself in her, the dreams he'd buried, the scars etched into his heart, the constellations that mapped his journey. She was a reflection, but also a revelation, a chance to rewrite the stories etched into the valley's walls. Amara, he whispered, and the wind carried her name across the rift. She turned, her eyes meeting his. In that gaze he glimpsed eternity, the birth of stars, the fall of empires, the ache of longing. Kwame, she replied, and the syllables tasted like rain after a drought. We are woven together, the threads of past and future entwined. And so, at the edge of the Great Rift Valley, they stood, a man and a woman, their souls echoing across time. The valley held its breath, waiting for their dance, the one that would bridge worlds, heal wounds, and rewrite constellations. Epilogue, the baobab's whispers. Zara extended her heart to Kwame, and in that moment their fates intertwined. Their love, like a delicate thread, wove them into a trinity, a family forged not only by blood but by shared dreams and whispered promises. Destiny smiled upon them, and they embraced it, knowing that their union was more than happenstance. It was a cosmic dance, choreographed by the stars themselves. Zara forgave Kwame, and they became a family, a trinity bound by love and destiny. The baobab continued to whisper, its leaves brushing against Amara's cheeks. She grew to understand her purpose, to heal, to connect, to be a beacon of unity. And so, under the African sun, the whispering baobab watched over them. Its roots held their secrets. Its branches sheltered their love. Zara, Kwame, and Amara, their story etched into the ancient bark, a testament to the magic that thrived in the heart of Africa. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed Whispering Baobab Story, consider subscribing to our channel for more African tales and storytelling from the heart of Africa. Share the magic, spread the whispers, and let the baobab trees be your guides. Until next time.